Hello, hello. Heather, welcome in. How are you? Long time no see, long time no see. Oh man. All right. What a month. Jeez, it'll never end. Doing some homework. Good, good. Hope it's going well. Don't ask me for help. How has your week been? It's been a whole week since we streamed. Pretty sure last week the only streams we did were silent streams because my days were miserable, for lack of a better term. Square roots hate me. Shelly, welcome in. Good to see you. Good to see you. Alice says taco time. Dude, Alice, I was okay. Most people I feel like hate Taco Bell or have a really bad experience with Taco Bell or I don't know, whatever it is. And somebody once told me that every time they have Taco Bell, it disagrees with them gastrointestinally and they are miserable afterwards. But I do not have that effect. And I have been craving Taco Bell. So you saying taco time reminded me that I have been craving Taco Bell. Maybe I need to go pick some up or something. Boss couldn't come in, so I don't have work and can hear audio. Awesome. Shelly says, since the last stream I went down to Archon 5 and back up to Oracle 1. I'm really hoping the matchmaking update makes it less likely to get those super toxic crash out at 3-minute players. I mean, to be honest, Shelly, I mean, I agree with you. I hope it helps somehow, but to be honest with you, I think that's a community issue, not a matchmaking issue. I just make Taco Bell at home. I'm at Torchy's now. Nice. I I have never been to Torchy's, first off. Just want to throw that out there. So if you recommend it, I don't even know if I have one near me, to be honest. I could look around, but dude, I've been craving Taco Bell. Taco Bell's just super cheap, and for me, it tastes good. So like, it is what it is, you know. I guess I'm just not a food snob though. OMG Bestie, I invited like 4 people to Deadlock and have started teaching them. I mean, Heather, we did hear about your one experience trying to teach Billy, who apparently knows much more than I do. Today, we're probably going to review his gameplay because he's the new coach. I mean, I'm just going to retire. I'm gonna warm the bench, and Seeker Billy's going to take over the channel because apparently I'm boosted and give terrible advice, and he knows all. So, I mean, we're going to learn from the best. That's what we do here. Yeah, I'm just thinking about the report system. Oh, I see what you're saying, Shelly. Yeah, well, I definitely think people who are crashing out and rage quitting and being babies should be penalized for that, and that should help a little bit, yeah. It's mid, but the queso is bomb. Way too pricey, though. Okay. All right, understood. We have to watch that. Bullet was laughing so hard. I mean, I don't blame him. I think it's funny when people like they get so caught up in the heat of the moment and they're so emotional that they just like lose all rationality. Like you're in Seeker and somebody tells you like, "Oh, I'm receiving Eternus coaching," and their first response isn't, "Oh, my bad. Maybe I was wrong. It's completely possible that I could be off like here on my take." Instead, it's, "Well, your coach must be boosted." It's like, yeah, yeah, that's highly likely. Oh, it's funny. Blatant, do you blame me for shooting my teammate when they popped up while I was drifter ulted? LOL. Absolutely not. Sounds like a dude. When you're drifter ulted, Deadlock becomes a horror game. All of a sudden, it's Five Nights at Freddy's. It's every man for himself, and that's totally okay. Shelly, you actually remind me. I was playing Counter Strike. I don't know. I feel like maybe I got this on stream, but I was laughing so hard I could not breathe. I could not breathe. But what happened is I was spectating my buddy Michael playing because I was dead. I got absolutely owned, and he's playing, and he's in a hostage map on CS. And so there's hostages sitting on the ground. They're just like kneeling there, bound and gagged, and you have to rescue them. And there's a smoke, and he's basically just holding the smoke, waiting for it to dissipate. And the smoke dissipates, and he panics and flicks over and shoots the hostage because he sees the hostage and thought it was a person. And he hit the headshot, to his credit. But like, it was so funny because he panic flick shot on the hostage, realized it was the hostage and not a player, and went back to holding a regular angle. And I didn't say anything because I didn't want to like actually screw up his gameplay by like talking about it. But I could not stop myself from laughing. I was laughing so hard, I was crying. I couldn't breathe. And so, yeah, I don't blame you. That happens in all games, I think. Yeah, counterspell for drift roll is definitely the way to go. I'm usually playing support, so when it comes to drift rolls, I just run to my teammate when I hear it coming if I don't have counterspell, and I just put it on top of them. But I don't blame you at all. Oh, I am glad we've been doing that I've been doing the silent stream idea. I don't know if you guys have been popping in or enjoying them at all, but I basically, it is a way for me to stream on days when I can't do coaching. Um, and I still get to see you guys from time to time or see your chats or whatnot. So I do like that. Hopefully we'll be able to continue doing that. But um, yeah, I'm glad to be back to coaching too. Last week was tough, and today might be tough too, but we're hanging in there. I wanted it so bad that I forgot I only had it queued up and parried normally on the next drifter roll. Oh, Shelly, I parry every drifter roll. If you're drifter playing against me and you want to bait my parry, throw ult out. If I don't have counterspell, I'm wasting my parry every time. It's just it's a habitual. I do it all the time. I parry Billy ults, I parry Holiday ults, I parry everything. I'm the worst player of all time because I'm like, oh, I don't have counterspell yet, but my habit is there. So like I parry and then Lasso just hits me for free, and I'm like, all right, well, you know what? If I had counterspell, I just want you to know, I wouldn't be dead right now. You know, I do it all the time. Lash ults, I parry everything just habitually. I look like an absolute bot when I don't have counterspell. You could have been dead. You could have been. Oh man, I missed hanging out with you guys. I'm glad to be back. On one of my silent streams last week, my I think I ended up playing World of Warcraft at the end of the night because I was doing something with my guild, and I ditched my brother and his friends, like some of my buddies, to play WoW because I had an event. And they all got in my chat and they were like, I can't believe you left me for this game. I can't believe you're not here, blah blah blah. And they're all like bad mouthing me because I swapped games. And so I'm pretty sure that was the last silent stream I did. Is like it was pretty late, and I also think it was Saturday. Yeah, it wasn't pretty late. I take that back. It was like in the early evening, but it was Saturday. And so most people aren't available on Saturdays to watch the silent stream. And they were all just berating me in the chat. That was the last experience I had with chatters, was them just making fun of me and coming in here and being goons. It was a good time though. We had a good time. Your silent streams are always when I'm asleep, so I don't really know what happens in them. Yeah, I figure, Shelly. Like my silent streams are always in what is the evening for me, which is going to be the middle of the night for you, because usually I'm silent streaming when I'm essentially like when I would be gaming off stream, quote unquote. That's when I'm like, well, I'll just throw up a silent stream so you guys can watch if you want, or just come hang out with each other. But yeah, for my EU members, you're probably asleep. Which is funny because a lot of the time that I'm silent streaming, I'm playing with people from EU. So they're just like either up all night or I don't know what's going on there, but it's like 7 in the morning for them or 6 in the morning or 5 in the morning, like whatever. And they're playing with me. I'm like, what is going on? I watch them and I'm like, man, I wish I could hear Blatant being so toxic. I'm not toxic. Although me and my brother did we weren't toxic. Well, maybe you could classify it that way. But this guy who was being so dumb. And he was like, you guys are throwing the game, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. And me and my brother were like, all right, we've had enough of listening to you. Let's point out all the things you have done and all the calls that you have been wrong this game so you understand you're part of the problem. Like, we're done letting you just sit here and like tell everybody else how terrible they are and then like just not realizing that you're part of the problem. So we definitely gave him a piece of our mind, but he had it coming for sure. It was yeah, most of the time though we're that you would just hear our comms. I have considered when I'm playing Deadlock to not have it be a silent stream. Like I would turn on desktop sound. I just wouldn't be interacting with you guys in chat. But I also worry because my brother, like I try and keep the stream like family friendly because the way I've described it is like I want some 11-year-old to be able to be playing Deadlock and drop in the stream and have his mom like watch him play the stream or watch him watch the stream or whatever and be like, oh yeah, this is a great creator for you to be watching. I'm okay with that, you know what I mean? So I try and keep it family friendly so that it's available to all audiences. My brother is not family friendly. So it would be a stark contrast to the coaching streams that we have. And the other thing that I run into is like I can't control what other people are saying. And so, you know, like if I run into when I play late at night, especially the games like when I played with XQC and stuff, and I get people just like ripping the hard R and like racial slurs, dude, like there's nothing I can do about that. So it's really worrisome for me to play Deadlock and not be able to control the comms, but it is what it is. I think you're safe. I don't know if 11-year-olds would play Deadlock. Well, you'd be surprised. Also, when the community gets bigger, I think it'll be more popular for younger kids, but I also wanted to be the other thing that I'm worried about, Heather, is like for people to come in and watch with their kids. So like what if you're watching it with your 5 or 7-year-old kid and you guys are watching the stream together? I want it to be a place where people can come do that. That's all. And it's easy to be family friendly for the most part, but it's harder when I'm playing the game because my brother and people who I play with are not family friendly. I finally decided to make my own viscous build after I kept not using the build tab and just buying from the shop tabs. Yeah, it's sometimes it's easier definitely to make your own builds, but you cannot be playing Deadlock and expect it to be PG. Oh, I don't think people should expect it, but I definitely am trying to create a space where it is. It's all about Roblox and Fortnite as 11-year-olds. That's definitely true. It's why we love you. I appreciate it. I am not so family friendly. LOL, your brother and I are samesies. I would say the majority of the people in my life are not family friendly. Actually, maybe not the majority. It's actually probably a pretty even split. I got a good amount of people that are like religious and family friendly and it definitely keep it like toned down, but then the other half are not. And I like don't necessarily care one way or the other, but it's definitely easier. Like I guess I find it more tolerable for people who aren't family friendly to join a family friendly community than the other way around. You know what I mean? So like for people like my brother or like Heather or people who are like generally day to day not family friendly, it's easier for you to drop into a family friendly stream and still have a good time and just like censor your language a little bit or like I don't know, not I'm not saying you do this, but like not drop racial slurs or whatever. Whereas like people who are family friendly, it's really hard for them to like drop into vulgar situations and handle it better. You know what I mean? So I guess I figured I just chose the easier one. Welcome back, Alice. Look to me, this guy told me I played Wraith well and then I never played her again. Shelly, have you not been playing Wraith? Oh, we need you to play Wraith. I need you to come carry me. I had the worst deadlock games. No, I don't like playing Wraith. No, that's fine. My brother and I were playing Deadlock. This might have been on Silent Stream as well. I can't remember actually, but we were getting railed. We had some terrible games. Oh, I remember because Bullet asked me who was your brother playing in that last game, and so I was on a Silent Stream. But yeah, jeez, I mean, absolutely terrible games. Is rough. I've been getting better at Haze though. Oh, good. Glad you've been enjoying Haze. Haze is in a really good spot where she's like very easy to be good with right now. Heather, I see why you like Haze. I've started playing her because we can never get her banned. Heather, Haze is so fun. I'm a beast. Well, Shelly, weren't you playing Haze before, like, the major update? I feel like you're the one that sent me the, like, your Spirit Dagger build, right? Yeah. But I'm glad you're getting better. All I'm saying, I'm not saying you're like abusing double dagger. I'm just saying right now Haze is in a spot to where even if you're playing a single dagger build with the changes that they made to her, it's much easier for you to be consistent playing her. That's for sure. Heather is a beast. I'm glad you ranked up. Where are you at, Heather? What rank are we looking at? Oh, the build has changed since you said, Shelly? Because I prefer playing her as a ganking roaming hero with good split push potential rather than for assassinations mainly. Okay, understood. I take joy and when the other team tells me to piss off. Nice. I enjoy pissing people off too, I gotta be honest. Getting under people's skin brings me great joy. She's so broken, even with even with five my band stacking her, it always picks the randos ban. Oh, I see. Five of you stacking the ban and it still doesn't get banned. I see what you're saying. Sorry, for some reason that sentence was not computing for me. I was initiate and back to seeker, almost the one above seeker, so almost alchemist, I think it is. My bad speed typing was not double checking what was being written. You're totally good, Alice. I'm mega tired. Like I have not been sleeping. My I don't know if I told you guys this, but we've had a dog almost 15 years. It would be like 15 years in September, so like 1 month away. Um Super sweet old dog, and she has not been eating properly and she's been vomiting like multiple times a day over the last week. And so my mom had originally said she was going to put her down today, but I don't know what we're going to do about that. But anyway, so it has been an absolutely terrible week and I've been getting no sleep. And so, I'm running on like 4 hours of sleep. So if if your sentence is a little bit not on point, it's going to take me much longer than normal to realize what you're saying. So I'm just running on empty is all. I still build quite a bit of spirit just because it does more effective damage than going full done. I tested it for hours and explored NYC. Also, smoke bomb duration is important to me. Nice, Shelly. I'm glad you found a playstyle that's fitting for you on Haze, and that you're getting better at it. That's good. Do you need a melatonin recommendation? Oh no, it's all good, Alice. For me, it's not about how tired I am that I'm not able to sleep. It's more about the circumstances. So like, um, I mean, I could use medication, but for me, it's like there's just too much going on. I need my personal life to relax. I don't need meds for it, but I appreciate the offer. I've got stuff that I could take if I needed it. I just haven't been. Um, I changed up my build a little and changed out Warpstone for Veilwalker, and it is a night and day difference for me. Heather, so you're enjoying Veilwalker more than Warpstone? I bought Veilwalker before it was cool, Shelly says. Very fair. I have issues staying asleep once I go to sleep, so when I take is really helpful for that. Yeah, see, Alice, I don't struggle with that, which is part of the reason I don't take medication for it. Is like once I am asleep, I'm fine. It's just like the anxiety and the constantly having to be able to wake up so that we can take care of vomit and things like that. The double invis to get away has been a lifesaver for me. Yes, Veilwalker is better than Warpstone. Interesting. I prefer Warpstone because it helps me stay on top of targets with my ult, like if they're using escapes to get away or stamina or whatever. But Veilwalker's really good. Blatant even said it was overkill when I mentioned it. Now all the stupid double dagger builds have Veilwalker. Yeah, that's still my take on it. That's just because that's how I play Haze. I also think the double dagger builds are overkill in a lot of ways. I think they're just abusing easy tech, and once it gets fixed, those builds are gonna die fast. But the speed boost from Veil lets me ult them and stay on them before I rip them to shreds. Yeah. Yeah, Veilwalker speed is gonna help with that. Veilwalker, I think the biggest use case for Veilwalker, or the biggest advocate for it on Haze builds, is primarily so that you can save your smoke bomb charges for the dispel. But yeah. Shush dagger is fine, so fine, nothing wrong with it at all. Alright, somebody kick Heather. Banhammer. I use Veilwalker for the better healing than Fortitude that also works in combat and to reserve smoke bomb charges. Yeah, I think, well, better healing than Fortitude, that's a strong statement. I think that depends. I think you can get a lot of healing out of it for sure, but it's probably comparable healing to Fortitude. I think it really depends on the game. And you can use it in combat, which is massively helpful, but yeah, I think the biggest advocate I would have for it is the smoke bomb uses. There's obvious, I mean, everything else about it is good. A Veilwalker is a fantastic item. I just think it's overkill, personally. I have Fort 2. I survive way more. Yeah, it's a lot of green items. I think I just play more aggressive builds in general, which is why my take is that way. Like, I just don't. I usually pick one, and then the rest is going towards damage, but. Yeah, Fortitude and Veilwalker, that's a lot. Yeah. Well, that's kind of how I feel about, like, yeah, I mean, just in general. But, yeah. Yep, there have been times when I should have died. I mean, to be fair to Heather, whether this is intentional or not, but Heather is usually very, very, very far ahead in her Haze games because she's absolutely owning the players that she's playing against. And when you're that far ahead, having those green items actually isn't a bad idea because it helps you not get shut down as easily. So, much to Heather's credit, she's usually mega far ahead in those games. If you're not ahead, it probably doesn't make as much sense to buy that much health. But and I stayed up and able to heal and mess them up again. Yeah. Well, and they just don't know how to punish you properly. So building those green items, especially with sustain, just allows you to maintain pressure way, way more. It's actually a good way of playing if you're going to be way far ahead and you're way better than the people you're playing against. So Heather's doing it right, but it's not something that I would suggest as a general rule of thumb for sure. Like if you ask me, hey, I'm buying Veilwalker and Fortitude on Haze, is that good? I'd be like, well, probably not. But I mean, Heather's like 15k plus souls ahead of these people, so sure, absolutely go for it. Buy a 6400 green item for all I care. All right. I've had a few that buy Rusted Barrel right off, and I'm like, oh, that is cute, baby. Hey, at least they're trying to counter build, dude. Rusted Barrel's a great item to counter haze. Cheat death enjoyers rise up. Oh, dude. Shelly, you're speaking my language. I love cheat death. I've been using cheat death so much on page. People do not expect it. Heather, there's a player. Oh, I should have found him for you. There's a player playing Haze right now, and he's playing a cheat death magic carpet build. And so what he does is he'll bait people into fights, and then he'll run away, use smoke bomb magic carpet, and they'll proc his cheat death, and he'll literally just run away. Bruber, is that his name? I feel like that's his name. Shelly, do you know who I'm talking about? Yeah. Anyway, you should check it out. Yeah, Bruber Gaming. That's it. It's exactly it. Yeah. His builds are hilarious. I love watching clips from his stream. They're awesome. I need his build like now. Yeah, you're gonna have to find out. I don't have a build for you, but you could take a look. You might be able to find his haze builds, but you may have to look at his stream. But they're awesome. At the moment, he does egg to rush ricochet. LOL. Nice. W. I've considered doing that for Paige, but my problem with egg on Paige is that Paige actually has really good early game damage, so it would like hard curb my lane pressure to reduce my damage that much. But it would also help me in games where I want to like rush Divine Barrier, for example. So I don't know if it's worth that trade-off. I've never found it to be worth it on Paige because I am so aggressive in lane and she has such great early game pressure that giving it up feels like a waste. And then farms the entire enemy jungle and buys carpet plus cheat death plus unstop. Yep, that's Bruber. It's fantastic. I'm the jerk that will pick up that will pick on the weakest players on the other team and just assert my dominance over the highest ones. Sleep diver to the face and staring at them hurts their ego. That's awesome. I love active reload. Wonderful take. Dagger them and stand there reloading. Yeah, psychological warfare for reals. All right. Should we hop into some coaching, some deadlock? I'm thinking because we don't have um anybody, at least that I've noticed, that has done a request to coach in here, that we do the one from Heather's Billy. Oh, excuse me. Oh my gosh, I'm sneezing over here. I think you never did my request. Oh, Shelly, I think you're right. I think the last time I was gonna do your request, you had to leave. Let's do yours, Shelly, then. I take that back. Let's start with yours. Oh yeah, yours was like the last time we streamed. I think you made that request, and then we weren't able to do yours because I can't actually remember all the reasons, but I think you just were leaving too. Thank you for reminding me. Crab and Samurai won't be on. Yeah, I appreciate you letting me know, Alice. Best Billy ever. Yeah, we're gonna have to get to that game for sure, Heather. Maybe after Shelly's coaching because I want to see this Billy play the game. I want to learn from the best. We'll call him Daddy. Get down on bended knee before our goat. Literal. Do you want me to do the old game or the one you just posted? Which one do you prefer? Up to you. Okay. Not a problem. Let me pull it up. All right. Yeah. Let me download this one. Oh, man. I think the lack of sleep is getting me sick. I feel sick if I'm not sick. I've been getting pretty good at getting the burst damage on fixation off, I think. It's pretty strong. That's like pretty much your entire focus in lane is just maintaining stacks on somebody and getting the burst damage off as often as possible. So we'll see how you play. Is there a specific... So like, I don't know how much of your old message applies now, because in the original request to coach for the last game or whatever it was, you said game sense, I guess. Do you know what it is that you want to focus on for the Haze game? Like, do you know what it is that you feel you're weak on that you maybe want me to focus on the most, or do you not know really? I think for Haze it's probably still micro. Okay, we'll take a look at it. Jeez. All right. While this is downloading, let me step away. Let me grab a tissue. I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Okay. Okay, so we're doing it's almost done downloading here. Dang, you had quite the Bebop player here. Jeez. Well done. All right. So you went 10 and 7, 62k, so highest on the team, highest objective damage. Okay. Interesting. Why is it that you're buying Boundless Spirit specifically? What are some of the reasons behind it? I'm curious. Mainly for wake up duration. Okay. I cannot guarantee that I didn't miss some bridge buffs, unfortunately. The damage is nice too for the Merkmag buy and dagger. I don't always buy it. So the reason why I asked is because I personally don't love it on Haze. That's just a personal preference. But that's because I think late game you should have plenty of time to kill somebody in a dagger, or after dagger you should get enough damage with the wake up time without it. And it's not adding a whole lot of damage outside of like the initial dagger hit and the wake up delay. So for me, it's like I don't know. There's just other items I feel like you could be getting a lot more value out of, but I mean, there's more than one way to skin a cat. But I just think you may want to look at maybe getting different items, and they can still be spirit items. I just don't know if you may be able to find more value somewhere else, because what this is doing for you more than anything else is increasing your ammo capacity, and I just don't know if that's necessary. What would you get instead of it? I mean, off the top of my head, I would get another gun item personally, but like so. Well, I guess we're just looking at items, but like things that I would consider. What am I doing? Is well, usually something more defensive. So I would strongly consider like E shift, or I mean, magic carpet is a crazy take, but I mean, I've seen what Bruber does. Or you can even get something like focus lens, which is a crossover between defensive and offensive. If you want spirit, you can also get spirit burn, I suppose, because your dagger is probably going to do enough to proc it like instantly. And it's going to add a little bit if you don't have any other anti-heal in your kit. But usually you're going to be wanting to get your anti-heal from like toxic bowls or something, but you can get that. You can get mystic reverb. This just adds a lot of damage to the dagger as well if you're building for it, like Shelly seems to be. Other items that you can get are going to be cheat death, and then you can also get like spellbreaker or plated. You can also get Indomitable, which is massively helpful, especially with the cooldown reduction after getting that CC, or Unstop. I would probably say Unstop or Indom are going to be better, but for me, it would be so like items that I usually get. It's like I run Capacitor on Haze, but I also run Lucky Shot. And so for me, it would probably be one of these two. As far as I remember, Lucky Shot's ammo capacity actually does interact, even though it's not a spirit item. So you do get the extra ammo from Lucky Shot, similar to Boundless. But that extra bonus weapon damage that you get from those procs is insane. Silencer is another really, really great option, and I really love Silencer. I much, much prefer this over Boundless. But those are like a few items that I would get that I feel are going to get you more value than Boundless. But the Spirit Burn is like a really hot take. I don't think I would pick Spirit Burn hardly ever, but there's going to be situations where I feel like it's better than Boundless. The thing is, I buy improved Spirit early for the 4.8k spike. I usually pivot into Gunner or Dagger depending on the game. This game I decided for Dagger since I kept getting good setups for my team. From my testing, Merkmag is just as good as Lucky Shot and more consistent. You can have a look at my build before the replay if you want. Merkmag is really, really good. The thing is I'm not saying to replace... We're not comparing Merkmag with Lucky Shot. We're comparing Boundless with Lucky Shot. And I don't know that Boundless is going to be adding as much damage as Lucky Shot would be to your main source of damage, which is your gun and fixation. So for me, Merkmag plus Lucky Shot is where you get insane damage. And the increase to Merkmag's damage from Boundless is fairly insignificant compared to Lucky Shot procs. But like if we look, sorry, I pulled up or I dropped your VOD here, but if like look at this. You're playing like what you would probably consider to be a spirit build, and your fixation, gun damage, and bullet damage are your top 3 damage by a lot. So imagine how much more damage you would be doing if you had Lucky Shot instead of like Boundless, for example. This gun damage crit number would just skyrocket, I would imagine. But Yeah, I mean, there's more than one ways to skin a cat. I'm not too worried about your build. I'm just asking because I personally don't love Boundless Spirit. And I get getting Improved Spirit for the 4.8k spike. And Improved Spirit is an amazing early and mid game item. But that doesn't mean you have to upgrade into it. You can just sell it and take the net 800 soul loss, right? But let's take a look at it though. It's done downloading and we've been chatting. Let's take a look at your game and see how things go. See what we can improve on. Finally get around to your coaching like 10 days later or whatever.
Paradox, your mind is ablaze with possibilities. I look forward to seeing what you claim as your reward for completing the ritual.
Time to watch me fumble? No, you're good. Don't worry about it. While I'm thinking about it, though, I should pull up your notes and take a look at what it was we were worried about last time. Sorry if my frames drop, because I'm alt-tabbed. I apologize in advance. Nice. Right in time to eat my tacos. Nice, Alice. Dang, Alice, you're making me want food so bad. I'm not, like, hungry. I just want Taco Bell super bad. Oh, man. Well, lunch and a show. So, okay, answer me this, Shelly. Why did you stay around to finish the heal minion just to reset anyways? I feel like this reset is just completely unnecessary. I feel like you wait that next wave that was coming in, you get that heal minion, you're back in it. Like, we're chilling. If you were gonna reset, it probably should have been way sooner. I wanted to push at least a little bit and get my last solo heal since I was low still. I would have stayed. The problem with resetting is not only that you're losing out on souls, but it's also only something you want to do if it's absolutely necessary. So if you can stay like a couple of waves and get heal minions, that allows you to maintain pressure, do box routes in between waves, and just play a little bit more passive for like, I don't know, 30, 90 seconds, however long it takes. But if you are going to reset, you want to do it as fast as possible. I wouldn't want you to stick around for a wave, get a heal minion, and be like already halfway to a reset, and then still go reset. Let's try. I don't know how else to describe it. Maybe I'm just doing a bad job of describing it, but I wouldn't want you to reset after the heal minion has helped you like do a partial reset. Good use of infinite ammo though as you're sliding around attacking these guys. Nice. Okay, so this was much better. I want to go over that really quick. The first time you fought her, after you hit dagger and punch, you just like stayed there beaming her and like she traded a lot of damage. This time, as soon as you punched her, you started backing up. You were still shooting her, but you were backing up, disengaging, and making the trade as much of a net positive as possible. That's how I want you playing it every time. Sustained fights are not the way to play Haze in lane. You definitely want to be taking short fights, so you're getting that burst of fixation, and then you're getting that dagger and heavy melee. Those are like your overall playstyle in lane. Outside of that, you don't want to be fighting. You want to be clearing waves, clearing camps, or doing boxes. Bridge buffs. Oh, good, you realize it. Okay. So these short engagements that you're taking, like that last one, was really good. That's exactly how you want to play it. Outside of your fixation burst and your dagger, you do not have the kind of early game damage to be taking fights. You'll almost always lose the trade is the problem. Nice. Like, you should just be focusing on what I do. This is how I play Haze personally. There's more than one way to do it, but me personally, I'm focusing on denying orbs and securing orbs outside of my fixation burst windows and dagger. Unless I have like max stacks on somebody. If I have max stacks, then I will focus on just maintaining those stacks. So like just hitting them often enough to maintain that like 40 stacks or whatever it is in the early game. Then I'll do that. But outside of that, I'm just focusing on denying any orbs I can, securing every orb that I can, and then I'll do... Oh, that's so sad. Lash just shoved him away from your dart. But other than that, it's only the fixation and the sleep daggers in lane that you want to be taking engagements for.
Time to disappear.
Because your damage is actually fairly oppressive in those windows. Outside of those windows... See, like, okay, look at this. This is the problem. Hold on. It's not resetting, so we actually get a good idea of how much you took here. You took nearly 600 damage right here from both of them because you're fighting 1v2, right? So I would have played this differently, and I'll go over that in a second. But look at how much damage you do in comparison. So look at the trade you just took. 400. You did 400 to her, and you took 600 from them. Or more after this. No, you took about... Okay, just over 600 probably. So there's just no reason to be taking that trade. Oh, that's so tragic. There's just no reason to be taking that trade, because there's no way, in somebody who benefits from short engagements, there's no way you come out of a 1v2 unless they miss every ability and every auto. You're just never going to come out of a 1v2 with a positive trade. So you want to take short engagements. The way... Oh, let me actually go over it really quick. I said I'd do it, so let me go back. The difference in how I would have played it... Yeah, I don't think you noticed that Lash is doing your wave. The way I would have played it is I would have hit Sleep Dagger on the Holiday, and I would have been backing up towards my tower, hitting her with autos, and I would have just done AD, like auto damage, as I backed up for the positive trade. So I would have done like almost the 400 damage, but I would have avoided about 250 to 300 of the damage that I took, and it would have been a much more even or even positive trade, depending on how much I was able to avoid from the Drifter. But I would have been playing behind this box, isolating myself from Drifter. I would have hit Dagger, used autos, and then used Stamina to get away from the Drifter. That's how I would have played it. So like if I do this... I would have been playing right here. Dagger, autos, autos, backing up, autos, 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 and then I'm back here. Instead of fighting the 1v2. Does that make sense?
You can give up whenever you want.
You do not want to take open 1v2s. If you're a short engagement hero, you want to isolate 1v1s, do your burst damage, and then take as little damage in return as possible, so it's a positive trade. See, that was perfect positive trade. You took 100 damage from minions, and he took 550 damage from you. That was fantastic little game there. That's how you want your entire lane to feel. is you take 100 damage and they take 500, and you just call it a
What's the
day.
matter, all gettings? Got out with old Bebop?
There's some decent gear I can buy.
I think I also need to take advantage of the sleep sometimes and force a 1v1. That's going to be hard to do in lane because the wake up time is so short. But yeah, you can, I mean, absolutely. You can, like, for example, sleep Holiday and then fight Drifter. The problem is that outside of your fixation burst, that's like it. So like you basically sleep one and then fixation burst the other and run for your life. So there's not a ton to do, but it is one way to do it for sure. See, now you back up. You have no dagger and you have no fixation burst. Unless Lash is gonna do something crazy, we just back up. Go do your sinners or something instead. This like arbitrary extra 100 damage that you did is not as valuable as doing your sinners on time and getting it to start come off cooldown. Like start its respawn time, I mean.
Someone's using their noodle.
Does it make sense what I'm saying or why I'm saying it? Is it like gelling with you, or are you still like, I don't agree with that, or I don't understand why that's your take? Let me make sure I'm being clear. Oh, it's sad. Yeah, it does make sense. Okay, good.
You think I'm gonna slow down? I've got bad news for you.
Okay, you got your burst, so we want to back up. We don't want to take any trades from her barrels.
Death slam's almost ready.
Good job using infinite sliding.
Dance is ready. You think you're
Oh, excuse me. Your Lash has ult soon. You guys should just set up a double ult. It looks like you got it. I mean, I don't know why your Lash didn't ult there, to be honest, but he came in for a ground slam instead, which is silly. Like, they're both out in the open. He could have just ulted them. Did you ask him to ult, or ask him if he was going to ult, or did you just assume based on his ping? Because it made nice work on the bridge buffs. I would say that's kind of on you if you're not asking for. Oh yeah, I was gonna say be very careful just ulting a Venator if you don't know if his 2's on cooldown or not. Be aware of who you're ulting and how they can stop your ults. Whenever you're going in on a target, the first thing you should think is, can they stop my ult and how? And then try and avoid that for sure.
Let's push green.
Yeah, I thought he probably already used it since they're fighting. Yeah, taking a calculated risk is fine. I would definitely be careful of it though. I mean, what you could have done is just daggered him, had him kick you, and then ulted after. But I do the same thing too. Sometimes you take a calculated risk. That's not unheard of.
Safe passage.
What was I saying before? I feel like I was saying something and now I can't remember. Oh, whatever.
I see the goat.
You are gonna lose this trade. Oh, nice parry. Oh my gosh. Well done. I'm really glad your guys rotated over. Because that Billy had 2k souls on you. There's like absolutely no way you live that if he doesn't greed light melees. But I guess I should have assumed if he has it, if I don't know. Oh, that's what I was talking about. Yeah, I would say in general, it's if I'm coaching you, then it's on you to communicate with your team and know things. Like if you go, oh well, I assumed Lash was gonna ult. Well, Lash doesn't know that until you communicate it to him. His small brain is going zug zug must kill bad guy, you know, use ground slam for no reason. So I would say if you want Lash to ult, or you're thinking of a play in your head, like if you're thinking, if Lash ults here, we can probably get a double kill with my ult, tell him that, and then he'll probably go in and ult for you. So I would definitely wouldn't assume he's going to use ult and then play like he is and then get lassoed under tower. That's going back to what happened on that other death. But yeah, that's my coaching for you, is like communicate that with your teammate. If you've got a play you want to make, set it up with them. Especially in these like upper ranks, like after probably Oracle, maybe it's closer to like Phantom. People like making plays with their team. Oh, your comment was about the Venator got shot. I mean, yeah. It's I don't know if you're... Well, I guess, let me put it this way. If you're talking about making an assumption, or like assuming that it's down, that's improper. If you're taking a calculated risk that it's down, that's okay. The difference between the two is really, really small, outside of game knowledge and intent behind your actions. So the only difference between the two is that in... Nice, this is really good. The difference between the two is primarily that... Wow, what a psychopath for coming back in on you. Jeez, sorry, so much is happening I can't even focus on what I'm trying to say. The difference between not... or just assuming that something is down and taking a calculated risk that it's down is that in one scenario, you have thought out possible outcomes of the fight that you're about to take, and you're taking calculated risks to try and come ahead in that fight in any way that you can.
Let's take out the Venator.
The other one is that you're just unaware of what is available to them, or you're making assumptions on what is down and what isn't that is going to be detrimental to your overall gameplay, because you're going to be making bad plays off of these assumptions, whereas calculated risks can be really good plays because you know what's happening. I don't know how to better describe that. I feel like that's a really poor description. But the overall outcome of the play actually almost is not different. Because in both scenarios, you're just going to go in and ult. But one of them has a completely different reason behind the action.
Our blue guardian has been defeated.
Hey, Bullet, welcome in. Good to see you. Yeah, and that guy said was like, they were already fighting and I'm full HP. He probably doesn't have it ready, and if he does, he's dead anyway. Yes, as long as you're thinking, I guess the difference between the two is really your thought processes going into the fight is different, and that's important because it means every single fight you take, you're constantly thinking about multiple outcomes and preparing for them. The other thought process going into the fight is, I'm just gonna assume that this is gonna go really well for me all the time, and then I'm gonna wonder why I'm constantly getting punished in these fights, or why I'm constantly losing these fights, and it's just bad. I wouldn't have daggered there. I would have gone to parry on the sinners. Guys, this mega dead.
No one will bar my path.
Gotta make my move.
Dang, Apollo just missed everything there, huh?
I go where I wish.
Our blue walker is under attack.
Could be anywhere.
Grow stronger.
This is written in the text section of my build, escape toward the enemy side.
Bedtime.
It's a high risk, high reward strategy for sure. The problem is if you run into another hero on their side of the map. And you have very little support, but sometimes they're not looking for you there, so... Hence high risk, high reward. A little birdie told me you reviewed a Billy. Not just any Billy. The somehow by no reasonable explanation at all, Seeker Billy, who's gonna be the new coach of the channel, I think, based on his gameplay. We'll see. I literally cannot wait. I'm excited to see it. I can't wait to learn from this guy. I mean, clearly I'm not as good as he is. I'm just boosted, obviously. His advice is better than mine. I gotta learn how to coach better. I'm learning from the best here. I'm really just trying to get better as a coach, and I'm using Seeker players to do it. This is gonna be an insane escape if you get out here. You deserve to die.
I'll slip through them.
Holy smokes. Nice work. This is crazy greedy, but I like it.
On the move.
Yeah, that was good. That was good pathing to fake them out. I liked it.
Be still.
Let's see who's still standing.
Nice damage.
No one will bar my path.
Our yellow walker is under attack.
I feel like we wasted a charge of Veilwalker there. Or, charge of Smoke Bomb, I mean.
Take this gift.
Need help on Greenwich.
Time to disappear.
Need help on Greenwich.
You should be calling Bridge Buffs for your team. Hopefully you're aware of the minimap in your game. Not my favorite ult. You could have killed them without the ult, but I know you're just trying to secure it, and you're trying to kill him quick so he doesn't, like, dive your page or whatever, but, I mean, your page had just ulted. After hitting dagger, that guy's dead. I don't think you needed to commit ult there. I think you'll agree in hindsight, but I want you to try and be aware that it going into the fight, like, so, okay, so let me actually explain further what my problem is with this, is here's what I think happened, and you can tell me if I'm wrong, but in my mind, you went into that fight thinking, I'm gonna ult this drifter and kill him, and you didn't change that plan based on the scenario. So, like, you were going, I'm gonna go ult this drifter and kill him before he kills my page, but then page ulted, and you should have thought to yourself, your plan should have changed instantly and gone, wait a second, Paige just got a heal from her ult and stunned him near the walker. He is now on the defense. Since he's defensive, I no longer need to ult and stop his aggression. I just need to kill him with my dagger and my autos. And so your plan should have changed and you should have saved ult. So I think after seeing the page ult, you still went in and executed your original game plan, but I need you to be more adaptable. I need you to be able to go, wait a second, the situation just changed from when I originally pulled out a play from my playbook. So that's what I want you to take a look at in your next games playing Haze, is I want you to recognize how quickly you need to make these decisions, but I also just want you to recognize if the scenario has changed and whether you need to change your game plan. You can with time, Shelly. This is not like inhuman that I'm asking of you. I'm just saying, like, in general, when you go into a fight with a game plan, I need you to be observing everything that's happening and recognizing whether you need to change it or not. because you went into that with a I'm gonna ult them, but you didn't change it when Paige ulted. So it'll come with time. And sometimes, like for example, that fight may be something that you're not used to, and so you're not going to be able to react that quickly right now. But as you like exercise this muscle in your brain of, did this situation change, can I still execute this plan? Did this situation change, can I still execute this plan? As long as you're exercising that muscle, you are going to get to a point where that was plenty of time, like for an Eternus player, to change their plan and not waste ult there. That's my problem with it. It's just that I want you to be able to look at these and change your plan in the moment. That's all. Yeah, it makes sense. I kind of made a mental note when I played that today. I just want you to look at all fights with that lens, right? Like, I just want it to be a... whatever game plan you go into a fight with, ask yourself, has anything impacted the way that this has to turn out? And it'll get quicker and quicker every single time. But like Eternus players would not have ulted there. They would have changed their game plan going into that fight, and they would have saved ult.
Paige, your
And then they would have had ult, and they would have been able to help their team on the Rift with ult because it's not on cooldown. Which, by the way, I would prefer you were at Rift right now, but...
Let's push Broadway.
Nice. I'm really glad you were paying attention. Ooh, I don't like that you punched them though. Oh, why didn't you parry?
Next time,
Oh, awkward.
I go where I wish.
Okay. Really quick. Well, actually, I don't need to pause it. In general, after about 20 minutes into the game, you're gonna do more damage by shooting somebody in the head than you are by heavy meleeing them. Heavy meleeing after dagger is a laning phase thing. After lane phase, I would just shoot him in the head, especially if you build weakening headshot. Like, just start beaming that guy. Yeah, I know I kind of panicked. That's okay. Just keep it, just remember that rule, like, after 9 minutes, no more heavy melee after dagger. Just get headshots or run, like, whatever the situation is. Like, sometimes the dagger's to peel and you're just running for your life. That's chill too. But if it's I'm taking a trade or I'm fighting this person, we're brawling, there's no more heavy melees after lane phase, really. I think you're wasting damage is all. Yeah, Bull, I'm sorry. I'm glad that Shelly answered your question because I saw it and then I forgot to respond. Sorry, it's so much spam in this game. Oh, that's so sad. They are all here, man. Jeez. I'm glad Shelly's on top of it. Shelly answers questions, and the Billy that we're gonna coach is gonna do all the coaching. So, I mean, I'm basically just here as eye candy. Nice work calming it, Shelly. That is absolutely the right play, by the way, is I would have had my team, trade Blue Walker for the Yellow Walker or whatever it was that we lost.
Pull back!
Only the cunning will survive.
Dude, we should do a bingo card for that Billy. I mean, I do not want to set up a bingo card, but if you have all the freaking squares, we can set one up. I'll draw it on the notepad and we'll play bingo with it. But you'll have to be the one to come up with all the little squares. I'm way too tired today, and I'm not big enough brain for that. I'm not as big brained as this Billy, so I probably can't come up with something like that. I'm just boosted, but I don't know what to tell you. They're all at yellow and someone has the earned blues free. Nice work, Shelly. That's a beautiful comm. Good awareness of the minimap to be able to make that comm.
I see the enemy.
Oh, so sad. I hate that. Cage dies while channeling ult. Nice. That was a risky ult, by the way, because he was about to ult away and be immune, but I liked it. I probably would have done the same thing, to be honest. Try and kill him before he gets the ult channel up.
I see paradox.
Makes sense. I cannot do it. It's a good idea though, Bullet. Maybe we'll work together on it after this game before we do the review. We'll try and put together a bingo card, but I don't know if I have it in me. I'm so freaking tired. I guarantee you that Billy's gonna hit 4 strikes way before Bullet did on Spirit Drifter. By the way, Bullet, if you haven't already, there's a video out by, I think Vegas made a video of him playing Spirit Drifter. Guy absolutely dominated the game too. Highly recommend you go watch it.
The shadows
You saw him?
embrace me.
Yeah, it's freaking disgusting what he was doing. I love this, by the way. Except I don't think Oracle players are smart enough to actually get to this bridge buff. That's why it's been up for 40 seconds. Vegas and Corey are really good, yeah. Vegas is one of the best players in the game. I just don't like him. But he's super good at the game. Vegas just rubs me the wrong way. He's just like overly aggressive, I guess, in general. Our personalities just don't mash very well. Yeah, he's like Deadlock's XQC, and I don't love XQC either. I've only played one game with XQC, like I've only queued with him, or queued, not with him, but into him one time. He was on my team playing Abrams, and like, it was off stream I'm pretty sure too, because it was like 5 in the morning and I don't think he was alive, but my guy is the same on and off stream, I'll give him that. He's not fake at all, but that's also a problem, because I'm not a massive fan of XQC. Like, usually, I don't really love talking bad about people or whatever, and I usually don't have a problem with people. But I'm just
Thanks.
very different person. So, we're just different. Very different. And I didn't enjoy playing with him a whole lot. He's such a man-child. It's probably a fairly accurate take, yeah.
Sometimes the simplest tricks are the most effective.
Yeah, Smoke Bomb Bolt Life still did come in clutch there. I thought you were dead for sure. Also, the whoever threw knockdown on him, your page or whatever, that was massive. So, Shelly, just so you know, so far, the biggest issue I've seen with your gameplay actually isn't your micro in terms of, like, aim. It's your micro in terms of... You were a little early on that smoke bomb, by the way. Try not to panic. Just because... Sorry, I just want to go over this really quick. If you're going to be somebody that's trying to extend, you had, like, 25 to 30% of your Veil Walker left. Look at this. It was, like, right around here.
Stay 2 steps ahead of death, my friend.
Like, that's a lot of Veil Walker left before you had to use a charge. Just because you're getting attacked, I don't think you need to panic. Just wait out your invis and use up your time. Sorry, what I was trying to say is
Moving into position.
that,
I see the goat.
the biggest issue I'm seeing isn't micro in terms of aim, it's micro in terms of your playbook.
No tricks for you. I see the goat.
That was really good.
Let's see who's still standing.
Yeah, good old. Hazel is a really good counter to Billy ult, so that was good. I like that. I think your playbook as Haze, because you're, like, it's... I don't know how to say this, like, so that it makes sense. So freaking tired. I think your playbook is a little bit too dimensional. And I think that some of the decisions you're making just need to be altered slightly so that they are consistently different. So like the examples that I'm giving are like, in mid game, never punch after dagger, only shoot, like every single time. That's one change I would make. The other thing I would make is like when you're going into a fight to ult, we need to make sure every single time that ulting is still the best option.
Let's go mid.
I'm trying to think. There was one other one I had on the top of my head, but now I can't remember. Brain is just too small. But I think in general, I think it's not like your aim or you missing daggers or how you're utilizing charges of your smoke bomb. It's really just the playbook. There's just a few things that I would do a little bit differently that are I think they're gonna help you feel more consistent with Haze if you implement these little changes like all the time. Like there's going to be very, very, very few scenarios in which you wouldn't do these things.
This could be an ambush.
I pre-coms mid here, love it. Good job pre-comming. Good job shot calling, even though it's not your job. I want it to feel like your job because you're in Oracle and nobody knows what their role is supposed to be doing yet. But I mean, it's really up to you, Paige, and you don't to be paying attention to that stuff. We can't rely on Bebop and Paige. Really good.
They can't escape me.
Do you do any sort of aim training, Shelly?
Bedtime for you.
Or have you? If you would like to take your gameplay to the next level, I would strongly suggest doing like a free aim trainer. Like don't spend money on this because it's not that big of a deal in Deadlock. But it's a big enough deal if you want to play at the highest end, that's for sure. I would get like aim labs or something free, and I would do tracking training on the smallest target they have. So what like usually they'll have tracking things that you can do, but they'll have it like, see that punch? Wasted damage. There are, oh, if that page ult hits, oh, that's so sad. There are aim training that you can do on like different size targets. I would do the smallest one and I would practice your tracking. And then I want you, every time you're playing Deadlock, especially on heroes like Haze, I want you to be trying to hit headshots on targets, especially when they're not shooting at you and the pressure is lower. But in general, you're hitting their chest a lot. You're gonna do way, way, way more damage if you're hitting their head more often. But it's hard. It's very difficult. That punch was just because I was behind that fence. That's fine. Aim Labs is really good. They also help with sense. Yeah, sensitivity can help a lot. Especially if you haven't played shooters to where you've dialed in your sensitivity really well. I would suggest you do that. Is that a Spirit Drifter? No. But in general, the headshot multiplier, especially on gun heroes, is just insane. So the more bullets you can hit on the head, the better, obviously. But the more consistent you get at it, the better. Especially if you're playing behind teammates and they're not shooting at you and you're able to really, really focus on your aim, like in those lower pressure situations, it's gonna help a lot. So I would say if you want to take your game to the next level, you're going to want to focus on that because you are going to be limited. I want this to be clear more than anything else. You are going to be limited on how high you can rank up or how good of players you can play against and succeed if you are relying on body shot aim and your ultimate to do most of your damage. There are going to be people that you will just never reach that level if you're unable to match them on that plane of skill, that realm of skill to where they're able to hit headshots. Because eventually, like in Eternus lobbies, what you'll see is while we're in a duel with somebody, so like if I'm on an M1 and I'm fighting another person on their M1, we're crouching and uncrouching throughout our duel because the other person is really good at hitting headshots. And the duel mainly will come down to not the hero, but a lot of the times as to who's hitting more headshots. So you'll see Eternus players do this all the time. When we're taking a duel with an M1, we'll be crouching and uncrouching against them to make it as hard as possible for them to hit headshots. They're not doing that in your elo, so you can take advantage of that and you can beam headshots, especially if they're focusing on somebody else or CC'd. But you have to have the focus and the aim training behind it and the tracking, and it's something you got to practice. It's if you want to take your, I would highly suggest you do it if you want to take your gameplay to the next level, and if you insist on playing Haze, because it is the best way to play her. I mean, it is the way to maximize damage. It doesn't matter how good her spear scaling is on dagger, whether you're running double dagger or what changes they make to dagger. Headshots with gun heroes are like, unless they drastically nerf headshots, it's almost always going to be the way to do more damage than any other scenario in the game, including spamming abilities. Like, Wraith's damage doesn't come from her 4 freaking cards. It comes from the 17,000 damage she did from the headshots charging up the cards. The cards are just cleanup or secure or a way to proc abilities like Merc Mag, etc. Or, you know, easy to secure AoE damage, etc. But like your actual optimal damage is headshots.
Let's go to Broadway.
Oh, that's super frustrating. It's part of why I don't like Wraith LO. I mean, of all the M1s, you are picking the one that requires the least amount of aiming to be consistent with, but I'm telling you right now, like, if you are asking me, Coach Wayne, how can I play my hero to the maximum? Like, what is the best way to improve or the best way to be playing her? It's gonna be aim. There's a huge aim component to M1s. Even if you're playing like a M1 as a pick hero like Haze, you still need to be able to hit headshots after your sleep. And if it helps, you can buy items like slowing bullets or slowing hex or both and make it so that when they're moving away from you, they can't move as quickly, they can't jump as high, and it's going to help you with your aiming. But if you watch pros play Haze, like if you watch Parzelian play Haze, the guy is tracking their heads like a freaking bot. I mean, it's like half aimbot out there because he knows that's how much damage it's gonna be the most amount of damage possible. Fast forward here.
The Rejuvenator has expired.
Dang.
Lash is living up to his reputation.
Did you guys just steal the whole mid-boss? What just happened? Oh no, was that your mid-boss? Oh, that was their mid-boss, wasn't it? What's going on here?
Headed to Greenwich. Ready to use item.
You're coming with me.
Oh no.
The Rejuvenator has expired.
It's a horror game. There's the dagger on our own guys because we're panicking. I called out Paradox having ults up, but my team just stood in the pit. Unfortunate. Healing dagger. Yeah. Yep. Okay, well, fast forward. We'll take a look here. So we lose the fight, and then we lose the ropes.
They see me.
Good pathing to cut off Paradox. Oof. I do like your positioning there. You were trying to make it difficult for him to kick you, and that's good, especially if you are going to commit ult to somebody who, like... Yep, there's the parry because you don't have counterspell yet.
On the move.
Yeah, I mean, your positioning, it was good for you to try and position and make it difficult. He just repositioned, so he was able to hit you, which is unfortunate, but that's a scenario in which I wouldn't have committed ult instantly, because, like, it's clear he has kick available. I mean, he just entered the fight. But I do like you trying to mitigate it, right? Like, you're thinking about it, and you did your best.
Bullets will rain down on them.
I personally probably wouldn't have even slept him. I probably would have just started shooting him, let him kick me into a wall, and then I would have slept him after and ulted. It's just a different play you can throw in the playbook, because you don't have to open with dagger. You can bait their ability first, and then dagger ult after. I guess that's what I mean by you're playing her a little bit two-dimensionally, is I feel like it's always just dagger and then ult, and if you don't have ult, it's dagger, do damage. See, look at that headshot damage, man. It's unfreaking rivaled. There's nothing that beats it in the game. M1's beaming headshots, top damage in the game every time. There's nothing they can do. Nice dagger, by the way. Holy smokes, that was a nice dagger. Dang, unstop on Paradox? That's an interesting play. I don't agree with it, but...
Chaos amongst the hidden king's thralls.
The other thing you can do is you can buy Warpstone. If you want to be a dagger ult bot person, not ult bot, that's probably putting it a little bit too harshly for what you're doing. But if you want to be somebody who, like, your main play that's go-to is open with dagger out of invis and then ult them regardless of what they have available, you can get Warpstone, and it's basically a cheap version of unstop if they only have one ability that can stop you. Because what you can do is you can ult him and then Warpstone behind him and he'll just kick nothing. Like, I'm talking about Venator specifically, like that one fight. You can just, like, Warpstone behind him and then he'll kick nothing, and the whole time you're doing ult damage. So he'll either die or kick nothing. And it's cheaper than buying, like, unstop, which achieve the same goal, right? He probably bought it for the mid-boss stealing. Probably. Still don't love it. For me, Paradox isn't as good at stealing mid-boss as she is at just disrupting the entire thing. Because it's almost impossible to ult the whole team away from the crystal unless the entire team is just aimlessly playing on top of... Dang, did you all parry him? I think this is your fault, Shelly, and I'm going to tell you why.
The rejuvenator is descending.
Yeah, okay. Here's why this is your fault, in my opinion, Shelly. You need to calm that you have counterspell and you're parrying so that your Bebop and Shiv can be ready to either punch or to parry after you. So you need to clear that up with them. Okay? If multiple people burn parries, he steals a crystal, just like he does right now. What you say is, I have counterspell, I'll be first parry. If he comes in and I don't parry him, I need somebody else to be ready to parry, but do not parry instantly. I have first parry, because I have counterspell. That's the calm. So this is actually your fault, because your Shiv doesn't know this. Because you didn't make this calm, your Shiv is burning parry unnecessarily, And Bebop's, who knows what he's doing? He's just like punching the crystal late and after his parry instead of, I don't know, like whatever. But you guys have more people in the pit. You need to stagger parries, but you need to be first because you're counterspell parry. But that needs to be calmed. While Rejuve is dropping, it's not hectic. Look. This is not hectic. There's no hectic here for comms. Not hectic. Not hectic. Kinda getting hectic. We're calming the whole time. We execute the play. We don't lose any crystals. Oh, people are talking all over the place in the comms? I mean... yeah. Tell them anyway. And it doesn't have to be like a huge conversation either. It's, I mean, it's pretty simple. It's just, hey, I've got first parry because I have counterspell. Can somebody be ready to parry after my parry in case I don't get it? Done. Oh, so sad. Nice try. I hate that the health bar is bugged because he usually looks like he's not losing any HP whatsoever.
Impressive as always, Hayes.
Death slams on cooldown. Killing blows on cooldown.
When comms are hectic, I would also say singling somebody out is easiest. So I'd be like, yo Shiv, you know, just as an example. Yo Shiv, I have counterspell, I'm gonna be first parry. Will you parry after mine in case I don't get him? Then in all that hectic, he's like, oh, somebody just told me something, I should pay attention to. I'm gonna have to get back to work, but I'll see you stream, or I'll have you stream them with earbuds. Okay, Bullet, sorry I missed your message, but thanks for being here, and have a good day at work.
Killing blows on cooldown. I see the enemy.
Bedtime for you.
I see paradox.
The OSPC aren't investigating me, right, Hayes? And away we go.
Yeah, with no major objective on the map, learn is the right call here. There's no rift or mid-boss, and you guys are even in souls. Once you down patron, there's no reason to fight, so definitely a good reset.
I see Holiday.
Hopefully you're calming rift to your team.
I see the enemy. Ready to use item.
One will bar my path.
Ready to death slam. Ready to use refresher.
Merkmag audio is so sick.
Dreams.
Yeah, be very careful here. We don't want to get picked. You have, like, getting get audio queue on Rift, yep. Now that you have Blue Prio, we should head over to the Rift and see if we can get a pick before it spawns.
Ready to use item. I'm gonna rip them apart.
Be still. I see the enemy.
I see the enemy.
See, like, this is a scenario in which I wouldn't have used Dagger to open. This is a great ult, by the way. Unfortunately, you weren't able to catch like almost anybody, but outside of that first target. But because Apollo didn't have his riposte, that was a great ult. What I was trying to say though is the reason why I wouldn't have started with dagger is because I would have wanted to bait that Apollo riposte. So the way I would have started that fight is I would have just started attacking Apollo and saved dagger for after. Bait the riposte and then use ult.
Your rivals are all dead.
GG's. Well played.
Good game.
Yeah, I need to keep in mind that I can just shoot in the mid to late game. That's actually really helpful. Good. Glad it is.
Bloody great.
Okay. Ooh. Let's take a look at notes here really quick. So, this is actually your third, but I have two with the name Shelly one. So, I mean, that it is what it is. Okay. At least it's your third that I know of. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. So, the first thing I want you to keep in mind is that short engagements benefit you the most, especially 1v1s. We want to isolate short fights and get out after dagger punch or fixation burst and maintain positive trades. The second thing is I don't really know how to word this, but it's just going over the resets. If you're going to reset, do it as fast as possible. Don't wait for wave and then reset. Just wait for wave and heal off minion or reset ASAP. Hopefully that helps with what we were talking about earlier. I think I did better with the sliding for infinite ammo and not reloading all the time. You did a good job. I would say in general in lane we want to focus on denying securing orbs and then using short engagement fights to take positive trades and slowly whittle the enemy team down. What is that not how you spell whittle? Oh, it's double T, isn't it? Whittle. Wait, what? How do you spell, guys? Oh, it's WHITTLE? Maybe? Somebody send help. Thank you. WH. Well, you learned a new thing now. Guys, I don't know how to spell. I'm boosted. Don't worry about it. Take positive trades and slowly whittle enemy players down. I actually think that's all I want to focus on for lane phase for now. I think that's the main thing. Okay. Oops. For mid game, I want you to adjust your playbook. Adjust your playbook when taking initiation, or I'm gonna say initiatory fights. Oops. So this is gonna come in a few ways. So A, I want you to adjust the playbook if this scenario changes. This is like, i.e., don't ultimate if it's no longer necessary, even if you originally planned to. And then B, it manifests in, I want you to bait out certain abilities before just sending dagger plus ultimate. Don't always open with dagger. And then C is actually... Yeah, C is actually going to be an extension of this. So we're actually just going to do like a... I want to see if I can do this. Hold up. Where? What? Well, I want this to be like... What is happening with this freaking arrow? You guys, I'm too tired for this. It cannot be this hard. Why is it stuck over here? What is happening? Okay, well, whatever. I want this to be... Where's like a drawing tool? This is going to be extension of this. Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to typing. And we're going to bring this down. So this is an extension of this. What I want this to be is... Uh-oh, that arrow's going to need to move, but that's okay. We'll figure that out later. Me and notes is just... Yeah, Crabshack, thanks. Blatant uses notes challenge level impossible. I'm boosted when it comes to taking notes, too. Just, let's be honest. I'm not an Eternus notes taker yet. I want you to come up with plays that extend beyond opening with dagger. And this is like, i.e., use dagger when they're trying to escape and helps you secure the kill instead of opening the fight with it. That's like an example of what I'm trying to get at here. This... Why can't I select the arrow, you guys? Like, what? Why? Why is this so hard for me here? Here we go. Also, what? It's like the ugliest thing of all time. This just looks like a worm. We're gonna redo this. This is terrible. Okay, there you go. That's still ugly, but it is what it is. Okay. Doo-doo. Last thing. I don't know what to call this. Taking your game to the next level. That's what we'll call it. Now, usually I would call this training regiment, but I'm not going to require it of you. First, I highly suggest you use an aim trainer to train tracking on small objects so you can get better at tracking headshots against enemy players. This is the highest potential for damage output. The second thing I strongly suggest you do is I strongly suggest that you start implementing different plays into your games, regardless of how your team is playing or your builds. I would like you to practice despite spirit or gun, I guess is what I'm trying to say. So like, even though like what I'm trying to rule out with this sentence is I'm basically reinforcing a lot of this, but what I'm trying to say is I don't want you to be like, oh well, I'm playing Dagger Haze, so I always want to open with Dagger, because if I don't open with Dagger they might get away and it's going to be harder for me to hit Dagger. No, I want you to implement that, and then I want you to have to get good at hitting that Dagger. I think I talked to Samurai about this when it came to him playing Bebop, is I want like him practicing playing Bebop and letting them almost get away before he rehooks them, because it increases the amount of time they're CC'd. That's essentially what I'm asking you to do here, is I'm trying to get you to increase the skill ceiling, essentially, at the risk of losing some kills from time to time. Does that make sense why that sentence is there? Hopefully that makes sense a little bit. This is unreal. You guys. I can't right now. This notes thing just hates me. There you go. That's better. Kind of, not really. Okay, I'm trying to think of the other thing that I wanted you to do. I don't think that there's anything that I'm really thinking about. Let me make sure, though. I do the same thing with Bebop. I don't know why I haven't thought about it before. Wait for them to waste all their stamina and movement and then hook them back in. I just haven't really thought about using a dagger differently other than what I mentioned, but yeah, it makes sense. Okay, I'm glad that it makes sense. That's what I'm trying to get across, the point that I'm trying to get across here. Yeah, I think we'll just keep it at that. I don't want the notes to get any crazier than they already are. We'll just kind of keep it at this. Hopefully this will be helpful moving forward and something that you can refer back to. Do you have any questions for me? Was anything in the notes? Was there anything that we mentioned during the gameplay that I forgot to include in the notes, or any part of the notes that you want explained, or any questions that you have? Are we good? I did want to ask why I should parry Reju first if I have Counterspell. Is it because of the abilities? It's because... So, it's for a few reasons. One is because if you have Counterspell and they trigger it, you're able to parry again. So, you can be multiple parries by yourself just because you bought that one item. So, if you parry and they trigger it with an ability, but they didn't trigger it with a melee... They may think that your parry is down and go for a punch, and you can parry a second time and still protect the Rejuve crystals. The second thing is it protects you from CC. So like if they come in with a Venator kick, your teammates are going to be too far to be the ones parrying. So your counter spell is going to save you from that kick, and your teammates will be too far to help with the parry, and so you're going to be the only line of defense. Also, like that Billy that thought I missed my parry, but it procced Counterspell. Exactly like that, but in the pit on top of the Rejuve Crystal. Yep. Okay, well, I sent you the notes. Hopefully those will be helpful moving forward, and we can see how it helps, and then if you have any questions, let me know. But did you feel like the coaching helped? Was it okay? Wasn't terrible? Okay. Let me definitely caused a mindset shift. I think it was helpful. Good. Well, hopefully it starts to impact your games a little bit. Um Let me download. Well, actually, did I already download it? I wanted to do the Billy match that Heather had. I think this is it. Ozymandias Twink of Twinks is going to be the new coach of the channel. Everybody bound down to Ozzy. This is the Seeker Billy who said that Heather's coach, aka yours truly, is a boosted Eternus coach. And we're going to learn a lot from him. Just some things I never noticed pointed out. Like I've tried going for headshots before and it worked, but I didn't know I default to body shots. Yeah, that's kind of my job, Shelly. Hopefully I was able to help with at least one thing, but the more things that I'm able to help with, the better, because then it just helps you improve. OMG, this is so good. Everyone grab popcorn. Okay. Before we do this, I think I need to go grab a snack. Legitimately think I need some snack for this gameplay. I think this is going to be very entertaining. You know, now looking at those stats, I have the feeling after this match he saw the stats and didn't think he was the problem. What stats could he have looked at and thought he wasn't the problem? I have no I mean I don't think the stats had any impact whatsoever on him thinking that he was part of the problem. I mean, Victor did way more damage than him. What is he comparing it to? His support page? I don't know. Thank you to you and your two beautiful eyes and brain for helping me at the video gaming. You're welcome, Shelly. Well, Shelly, next time you need coaching, I'll just set you up with this Seeker Billy. He's probably not boosted to Seeker, and I can't say the same for myself. I'm clearly boosted to Eternus, whereas he probably hit Seeker all by himself. I'm confident in saying that. I really think that he did this with his own ability. I love at the very end, the other team was like, worst Billy ever. Don't send me to the Seeker chamber. No. He's better. He's better. Trust. His advice is better than an Eternus coach. You have to keep that in mind. This has been authenticated and verified in many different ways in which I cannot disclose at this time. And please don't ask how, because then I'll be forced to lie. And so yeah, we're gonna review his gameplay here. Let me grab a snack real quick. Give me like 4 seconds. I'm gonna AFK and I'll be right back. He's not carried. How else did he get to Seeker? Exactly, Bullet. I guarantee you this guy was not boosted, but Heather's coach was. So his advice trumps my advice. That's airtight logic. Airtight. None of you can debate. Quit trying to debate it. Don't try. Shelly, thanks for coming. Hopefully the coaching was helpful and you have a wonderful evening. You take it easy. Give me like 2 minutes. I'm gonna be right back. I'm not even gonna switch scenes. I'll be right back and then we'll start reviewing this gameplay. I'm just gonna go grab some snacks to watch this with. All right, we're back. The snack of choice here is grasshopper cookies and milk. Feel like it doesn't really get better than this, so let's enjoy movie time. Let me change it. We're no longer coaching Oracle. What is this a pro VOD review, do you think? I feel like this is maybe okay, pro VOD review of Seeker Billy. I think that's an accurate description of what we're watching. Oh, oops, I didn't get rid of the coaching. Yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, we're coaching Coach. Yeah, this is tryouts for the new coaching position from the one and only Ozymandias Twink of Twinks. All right. Roll the gameplay. Okay. Got a normal minimap, and
What's the plan?
that's so weird. There's a death tab and there's a kill and death tab, and they're the exact same. That's a good start. All right, we're denying orbs. We're securing our own orbs. So is our haze, by the way. Shout out. We're just standing out in the open. It's good. We like to stand out in the open. It's fun. Okay, we're not securing our orbs. I take it back. Very not bueno. Wow. That bebop. That's quite the play. Hook into just full sending a heavy melee. I love it. We're taking tower damage by playing in front of our minions. Okay, that's a strat. I gotta be honest, we don't use that strategy in Eternus, so I'm taking notes over here. He's just standing there menacingly. I think he's trying to intimidate the Guardian. I think that's what that was. Oh no, are we first blood? Oh my gosh, we actually get out. I guess I could have just looked down at the bar and known we weren't gonna die right there, but that's I like our crosshair placement, by the way. I like how he's just constantly staring at the ground. Have you guys noticed this? Look at this crosshair placement. I mean, I know this isn't a tactical shooter, but like,
They tried to kill me, but they can't because they suck.
I don't know. Last time I played Deadlock, correct me if I'm wrong, Coach Billy, Ozymandias, Twink of Twinks, Your Highness, Almighty King of all Kings, but I don't think Deadlock players pop out of the ground like that, except for Mo and Crow. So probably don't need to stare at that. When I was watching, he gets to like 5 HP so many times. Hey, I do that too, you know? But, alright, so we took 400 damage. Overall, I think that was actually a positive trade. You know? I think he did more damage to Paradox than he took. And Bebop. Definitely a positive trade. Okay, sending heavy melees near the Guardian. High risk, high reward scenario. For sure. Actually, high risk, low reward. Especially on Billy. Okay, taking a lot of damage here. If only we had like minions of our own to play behind. That would be very convenient if the game devs didn't only give minions to the enemy team. But the way we're playing, it's as if we don't have any minions. That's just not the play, brother man. Okay. Sending heavy melees into enemy players who bought rebuttal who are expecting you to melee. That's a new concept. Okay, let me write that one down. Eat some cookies and write that one down.
You wanna play?
Man, we just got to lane. And we just run in front of our minions and take half our health. And we're still staring at the ground instead of securing orbs. This is revolutionary. Let me contact melee creeps after this. I've got some VODs for them to watch. How do we get a VOD review? The best way is to join the Discord and go to the Request a Coach channel. How does he not die here? Actually.
Shit, that was close.
By the way, Iba, I just want, for the record, this is a sarcastic VOD review. This is not an actual student. This is somebody who said, so this is actually, the student is Heather in the chat right now. And Billy told Heather that what she was trying to tell him was wrong. And Heather explained to him that what she was trying to tell him was what I told her as her Eternus coach. And then he proceeded to call me a boosted Eternus coach. So we're reviewing his VOD as a joke. Because apparently he knows more than me of the game. The Seeker Billy. Hayes getting bridge buffs. W Heather. Yeah, Heather, you are saving him a lot. I don't know how he's getting out. Your daggers and your do something shiny tactics are owning.
Our yellow guardian has been defeated.
Dude, this guy just takes damage for free. He is just padding their stats for real.
Our yellow walker is under
Oh,
attack.
here we go.
Go out there and impose your
Yeah, Heather. Where were you, Heather? Why weren't you diving the tower taking 900 damage with him? This is a group effort, Heather. Unbelievable. Somebody ban this Haze, by the way. Holy crap. She should not be allowed to play that again. We're just, again. Dude. 650 damage for free.
Our green guardian has been destroyed.
Let's go!
Dude, this guy just sends heavy melees into people with rebuttal. It's probably Haze's fault. Oh my gosh, this guy.
Green walker is under attack.
You know, Bullet, I think you're onto something. This build is revolutionary, is what I'm gonna call it. By the way, this Billy is what my Ascendant players feel like. My teammates in Ascendant, when I'm freaking dropping into Ascendant because I'm going 1 in 15 learning Pocket, this is pretty much how it feels. It's not much different from this, I'm not gonna lie to you. Your poor Victor. Your Victor actually pulls 20k damage and is trying to play the game. And he's got his Billy in blue lane doing this. His messages get more and more funny when he starts to bebop is laughing at the Billy. Hey, look, he's playing behind his minions and he's not taking damage. Do you guys think that's a coincidence? It's probably just dumb luck. Yep, here we go. Getting the same play every single time. My guy, every single time you run forward, you get hooked and uppercut by the Bebop, and you still waste a stamina after the uppercut trying to go against the momentum. Every single time. Like, should we pull up the definition of insanity from Albert Einstein or whoever it was? I think it's Einstein. Do we need to review it? Does anybody want to fill us in on the definition of insanity? Anybody got that loaded in the chamber for us?
Ready to play pickup game with their heads?
Our yellow walker is under attack.
Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results, Billy, is not the way to play Deadlock. So, if you run up there, again, next to the tower, with Bebop standing right there, I'm gonna lose my mind. Oh, Bullet, that's funny.
You wanna play?
Just sending heavy melees. I love it. Okay. We never get parried. Alright. Geist doesn't even know the parry button exists, to be honest. Or neither does Billy, because now Bebop's just doing the same thing. We're not using ult, by the way. We don't want to secure this kill with an ultimate ability. No. Oh, you're mega dead, brother, man. Yeah, alright. Pathing, massive issue. Not using ultimate, massive issue. IQ, massive issue. I mean, the only thing missing is that he didn't ask where Hayes was. Why didn't he ask where you were? It's definitely Heather's fault. Don't you guys agree? Like, I think Heather's trolling here. She didn't dive the base guardians with her teammate.
I hope Haythorn is watching.
It's coming? Alright, hold up.
Walker is under attack.
Let's get the milk and cookies going again here. Alright. Hayes, where you at? Why isn't Hayes helping?
Batter up, baby!
Okay. We lost Rift.
I don't back down from a fight.
Oh, okay. We do know there's an ult button. I was worried we didn't.
Our green walker is under attack.
Defend green.
Taking me down.
Alright.
Our green
Okay. We
walker
got out.
has been destroyed.
Well, someone's looking to make a statement.
The amount of resets we've
go
seen
in
in
there,
13
give 'em
minutes
Our
is just
yellow
insane to me.
walker is under attack.
Nice work. We dragged Vinny out of the ground. Or out of the ground. Out of the air to the ground. Maybe I am boosted. Hold up. Somebody recheck. Alright. We don't need the buffs from Sinners. Just break it. That's fine.
want a piece of me?
I'm writing that one down. That's going on the notepad. Break centers. Buffs don't matter.
Our blue walker is under attack.
Alright. That's probably Hayes' fault if I had to guess. The 14-minute 32-second rebuttal buy. Write that one down. Hayes is definitely throwing here. You know, honestly, half of Billy's deaths can be attributed to anybody but himself, if I had to guess. Uh-oh, Heather's getting bullied here. Whoa! Alright. Oh, Vinny got freaking hyperlined. And we're not even gonna finish the kill.
Stay together. Need help on blue.
Yeah, it's Hayes' fault, you guys. Oh my gosh, he's literally mad at Hayes. Oh my gosh. Oh, I can't right now. Heather! Heather, what are you doing? Heather, why are you helping him? Play the game, please. Shoot them with your gun, Heather. Oh, dude, I love victims, man. Oh. Heather, you're not doing anything.
Let's dance.
Oh my gosh. It's these kinds of people that are like, I should be at a higher rank because I'm better than everybody. I don't know how I'm not ranking up. Oh. We still don't know Paradox has rebuttal. I mean, he still doesn't know. Just wait until Mina gets in on it. Don't even respond. Okay. Oh man, we just got wiped.
This is how it starts.
That's a mid-boss call probably and higher elo. Oh no, you guys got 7. They probably don't have the damage. Do you wonder why they steamrolled us in lane? Because you're not doing anything, Heather, obviously. Heather, it's not because we're taking 600 damage from minions. It's not because we're diving towers. It's not because we keep running up to a Bebop, getting hooked and uppercut under the tower 17,000 times in lane. It's just because you're not there, okay? It's all on you. Teach algebra to a rabbit. Oh, this is highly entertaining.
Time to get a little.
Oh, this is so good. What are you even talking about? I bet you ask that a lot, don't you, Billy? I was actually just thinking the same thing. I don't want to insult his intelligence too much, because that's pretty much the entire point of this VOD review. But, that guy is saying, what are you even talking about? It's not hard to understand why he would be confused at what we're talking about here. Clearly not a positive KD. Huh. That is an excellent point, Billy. As an excellent point. Let's point out KD. That is huge. You got him. Nice. Good one. Everybody has a better KD than him. We're all at 0 or 0.5. And he's on the 0 end of that spectrum. I don't know why we're pointing out KD right now. That's the most low IQ thing he could have done. I guess I'm back because my friends are just having a chill evening. Welcome back, Shelly! You're supposed to play in front of minions. It's a risk reward? What's the reward? I don't think he knows how to calculate risk versus reward, I think is the problem. He is right. I mean, okay. To Billy's defense here, you guys. He is right. It is extremely, extremely, extremely high risk. Very, very high risk. For very, very little reward. That is technically risk versus reward. You know what I mean? He's onto something here. Somebody write that down. Somebody take notes. Write that one down. He's comparing KD while having 0 kills. That is exactly what we're dealing with here. If you don't do anything aggressive, then nothing happens. That's why we lost. Yeah. I mean, that's mostly true.
You need to make a
Come on, try to kill me.
If you do nothing but play aggressive, you can also lose. That's also a thing. And of course you have this yes man yapping in our ears. Okay? You want to balance fighting and farming. That is true as well. I wish he had done a little bit of farming as part of his balancing act. That probably would have been very helpful. We definitely need to balance out the fighting. That for sure. I couldn't agree more, actually, with that statement. I actually think that is perfect advice for him to follow. The reward is that you get to 0 HP faster. Oh. Wow, the Mina is capable of having opinions. Great. That's... wow, what a gotcha. You're annoying.
Kid.
You need to make a stand and stop them.
Just making excuses why you threw our laning phase.
Good game.
Poor Victor, just GG's. Gotta be the worst Billy I've seen. Yeah, Bebop would say that because all Bebop had to do was wait 4 seconds, hook him, bomb stacks, uppercut into tower. Billy's a 3rd HP. Alright guys, how do you feel? Should we take a vote? Okay, who votes for Azimondius Twink of Twinks to be the new coach? My vote's on him. I think he's got really good advice. And if he listened to it, for the most part, he might do better. Balancing fighting and farming and not just W King ahead of your wave, that would be good. That's literally all I remember. That was good advice, actually. I think we're out. I think that was the end of the list. I started that thinking there was going to be a list, and I think that's it. I think that's it. You know, I think he's onto something, but he's got to cook for like a year. You know what? I think he's redefining the meta. Like, another good thing would be point out KD when you have 0 kills. That brings a lot of validity to the table, a lot of credibility. You know, I think people really humble themselves and start to listen. Berating your enemy or berating your teammates and saying they're annoying and that, you know, saying wow, you're capable of having opinions, stating obvious facts like that. I think that's gonna help you rank up. The buying rebuttal 14 minutes and 32 seconds into the game, that's That's good stuff. Thank you for the posture check, Shelly. Yeah, I mean, overall, really, really terrible. Really terrible. Yeah. You're behind 17k souls and we bought escalating resilience. That's I don't even really have words. I honestly don't. There's like initiate and seeker players aren't good at the game. This is a whole new level of like just could not possibly have an ego. How do you manage? You could watch me play Billy and probably learn more from just observing. I think we could learn more about Billy from observing a potato. But yeah, I agree. I mean, Mina was absolutely on point. It's like trying to teach algebra to a rabbit. That was accurate. Very accurate. He had such an ego, you can tell Mina bruised it a little. Oh, for sure. Yeah. Like, having an ego like this and then playing victim like you're just never part of the problem is just completely detrimental to self-improvement. This is terrible. It was a lore-accurate character portrayal. True. True, Shelly. Heather bruised it too. Oh, for sure. Heather, I'm not gonna lie, I think you shouldn't have saved him as much as you did. Your daggers and knew something shiny tactics definitely got him out many times. Oh, I know everything and everyone else is wrong, so I'm gonna scream and complain is literally Billy. Agreed. Billy is, you know, he's doing things that no other players are doing. Really edgy that way. He's making comms that helpful teammates don't normally make. He's edgy that way. He's building items in phases of the game where you would never really see them bought. He's redefining the meta. He's limit testing with how many times you can walk up to a bebop, get hooked and uppercut under tower and not die. So he's experimental, scientific, very analytical in that sense. And he's how do I say this gently? Dumb as bricks. I think that's it. Alice, you missed it. It was a great time. We did the VOD review of Billy and his what do you want to call it? His application to be the new coach since I'm boosted. So you cannot do bricks like that. Bricks are at least useful in construction. I think I may have insulted the bricks. I apologize, Bullet. Bricks, I'm sorry. I'm tired. I didn't have anything better to compare it to. Shelly, I think the healing booster is for Blasted. The real question is, why are we buying escalating resilience, and why was rebuttal at 14 minutes and 32 seconds into the game? I like the tier 1 build, though. This is meta defining. I think healing booster plays the Blasted. I wonder if we can test it right now if
What
it'll
are we
if
standing
tooltip will
around
adjust.
for? Let's start breaking shit.
I mean, I don't play Billy enough to tell you for certain. It says 70.
Ah, the old New York tuxedo.
It doesn't seem to affect it. Then I guess it's for melee lifesteal.
My friend, survival is paramount.
That's what it was for, I guess. I don't know. I thought it applied to Blasted, but apparently not. Tooltip's not changing. But, you know, he's saying, well, let me see here. Can I not sell while I'm in Blasted? What kind of game are we running here? Oh, there we are. It's the same. It's still giving me 35.
Looks like you're not as strong as you think you are, pal.
Anyway. Healing Booster does not seem to apply to Blasted. But it did apply. He spent 1,600 souls to increase the efficacy of his 800 soul item. So, you know, we're thinking outside the box is what we call that, I think. That might be a bug because it def should boost it. I agree it should, but it's not.
One of the things I love the most about Arthurian legend is that you have these noble heroes.
Oh, that was a good
totally
time.
morally caught.
Heather,
Oh
thank
my
you
God, I
for
didn't notice
posting
the time.
about
We
that
should
in the
complete
Discord
ritual.
so that we could see how the new coach was going to perform before we gave him the job. Now, if I wasn't a boosted Eternus coach, I probably could have given him coaching, but unfortunately, I don't know what I'm talking about. So he's just gonna have to try to boost himself out of Seeker. Or find another coach to tell him the exact same thing, because then maybe he'll take it well. Alright, our Seeker Pro VOD review is officially completed. He can do it. He got into Seeker by himself. I believe he can get out. I know he's come this far, but he's got great potential. 85% of his problem is mental. The other 15% is mechanical. I don't know how he's going to be able to fix that, but if he can, fantastic. All right. Crabshack, are you here for coaching or are you lurking and busy today? I saw you in the chat earlier, but I didn't know if you're like available for coaching or if today's not a good day. Oh, also, on a completely different note, I started watching My Hero Academia. How many of you guys have seen that? I'm getting off work now, be about a 10-minute drive home. Sick, Bullet. Alright. He's got students today, so probably hopped in during his lunch. Oh, okay. I saw Crabshack earlier. Probably not available. He's usually not available on Mondays, so I didn't think he would be, but... It's not a rewatch for you, Bullet says. Okay, interesting. I'm a big, like, a rewatcher on the anime that I love, so... That makes sense. Bullet, when you get home, we'll probably do your VOD review. So just let me know when you're available and when you're home, and we'll take a look at it. Alice said I watched till like 3 to 4 seasons, I think. And Shelly said I stopped watching it because of the weird treatment of women and the story just becoming Monster of the Week. I see. I've heard really good things about My Hero, and so I started watching it, and I've been really enjoying it so far. But I heard that it gets weird later, so we'll see. Maybe I'll get sick of it and stop watching it. But I mean, I started it because I've wanted to watch it for years, but it wasn't finished until like earlier this year. And I've been enjoying it so far. Obviously, I'm like 10 episodes in or whatever, like, so I'm really enjoying it so far. I mean, the early portion of it was enjoyable to me, but that's it. I see. It's interesting, neither Shelly or Alice finished MHA, but yeah, maybe I won't finish it, but we'll see. I hope I do. Like, I hope I like it enough that I'll be able to finish it, because I do like checking it off my list of, like, I finished that anime. It's pretty rare that I run into anime where I'm like, I absolutely cannot finish this, but it felt lackluster and repetitive. I was kind of worried about that. Just, like, as it started, I was like, I feel like this is going to turn into something that's kind of repetitive, especially given how long it is. Like, if it was shorter, it wouldn't have felt as repetitive, but given that it's like nearly 200 episodes or whatever, I imagine that I'm going to run into that issue as well, and it'll be hard for me to finish, but Crab and I have really enjoyed Dr. Stone. We're on the last season now. Oh, nice. I've heard good things about Dr. Stone. Is it the last season as in it's already been finished and you guys are just finishing the anime, or the last season that's available right now? Has it been fully adapted? What's fully done? Okay, I didn't know it was fully done. Maybe I'll start Dr. Stone 2 eventually, because I've wanted to watch it, but because it wasn't done, I haven't started it. Oh, it finished in the last year, recently. Okay. Yeah, I've had many recommendations for Dr. Stone. I've heard good things about it. I'll have to take a look at it. Yeah, because I've been rewatching Hunter x Hunter, and I'm kind of always watching One Piece because I'm just like only halfway done, or halfway to caught up, I mean. So I try and weave in other anime from there, and My Hero's one I've had on my list, so I figured I'd start it. Like, I pop in to see what's going on, and they introduce an OP woman just to nuke her with the next episode. Why would I watch that? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I hope I don't hate it too much to not be able to finish it, but it's possible. We mostly watch a lot of romance animes, though. Yeah. I enjoy like, I don't know if I enjoy romance animes as much as I do, like, rom-com animes. Like, they have to be funny. So, I don't know that I've seen, like, a pure romance anime. But I've seen anime that are, like, the romance is probably the main theme, but then it's funny enough that, like, it keeps me engaged. But, like, just pure drama, like, rom-dram, even in films, like, not, like, outside of anime, I don't normally love them. I get kind of bored. And I like sappy romance stuff. Like, it's not because I don't enjoy that stuff generally. Like, the whole, like, Disney princess, like, happy ending stuff, I like that stuff and whatnot. But when it's too dramatic in the romance, I usually get bored. I usually have to have some sort of, like, comedic element. That's why, so I love rom-coms in general, but... We like the bad ones, which end up just feeling funny with romance tropes. Interesting. I guess it's really easy to proc the fixation burst with headshots, huh? Is it easier or harder? I don't know, Shelly, off the top of my head. Do you get more fixation stacks with a headshot than a body shot? Because I thought you only get the burst after a certain amount of stacks, so it shouldn't matter. Oh, you get 2 stacks per headshot. Dang, that's good to know. See, I never knew that, because I never paid attention to the difference between a headshot and a body shot. Well, there's another reason why you should be going for headshots. Yep. That's a Maxim. Shelly's upset now. She has to aim. Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's not fantastic all the time, but it is what it is. I mean, I was already, but apparently my brain calibrated to hit the heart, which would be smart if it wasn't a video game. Yeah. Gotta go for the headshots, unfortunately. Oh, dang. Milk and grasshopper cookies just killed me. That was so good. Campfire cooking in another world with my absurd skill, not a romance, but one of our favorites with how funny it is. I've heard it's really funny, Alice. I'm glad you got that recommendation. I've considered watching it. Do you know if it's fully finished? Because I didn't think it was. I thought it was new enough that it's not fully adapted. Or maybe even the manga isn't finished, I don't know. I think it's the fact that bullet velocity is a thing that's throwing me off. Yeah, it's an interesting element, Shelly, that you're gonna have to get used to. Solo camping for two is our favorite romance, though. Let me write these down. Hold up, Alice. I'm gonna forget these if I don't write. I'm so tired today. Like, it's got to be written down or it doesn't exist. Like, that's just where we're at. Sorry, catching up on a bunch of texts as well. Okay. Solo camping for two. And campfire cooking in another world. I'll write those down. I see. Still recommend watching it. Well, maybe I'll take a look into it. I mean, the problem is I have so many anime that I already want to watch that are finished. I usually prioritize those first, so by the time I get to it, it may be a situation where, you know, it is finished when I get around to it or whatever. But, I mean, in some cases, it's like I'm still waiting for Demon Slayer to be finished. Like, the trio of movies that they're coming out with to finish off the series. I'm still waiting for those to be available before I start the anime because I really, really want to see it, but I do not want to be waiting. I need the next movie to drop. Yeah, that's where my sister's at because she's caught up and she absolutely adores Demon Slayer, but I just don't even want to start it until it's finished, so I'm waiting patiently. All right. Bullis should be home soon, and we're going to do his coaching in a minute. Let me... I actually don't know if I have his VOD downloaded. Let me pull that up. Let me start the download on that, and then I'm actually just going to take, like, a really small break. I know I ran away to get snacks, but let me take, like, a 3-5 minute break, whatever. Just give me a few, and then I'll be back, and we'll do Bullets coaching. But, yeah, just give me a few minutes. Appreciate you guys, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys. I'm back. Alice, I saw your message. I figured I'd respond really quick, but I agree. I'll probably catch up when the last movie's announced so that I can see it in theaters. That would be fun. Um, I just can't be bothered to do it before then. But yeah, I am excited to catch up on Demon Slayer. Bullets, I am gonna apologize. I'm gonna have to delay your VOD review until tomorrow. I'm hoping I'll be able to stream tomorrow because I just caught up like on all the texts and whatnot that were going on during stream, and it looks like we set an appointment to put our dog down. And so I figured I'm just gonna go spend time with family and the dog, kind of say goodbye. So I'm going to end the stream early today. I do apologize for such a short stream and for only really getting in like one real coaching session. But I will have to catch you all tomorrow, hopefully. But I do appreciate your understanding and patience with my irregular streaming schedule and whatnot. And I appreciate you guys always being here when I am streaming. I really adore the support and it keeps me going. So thanks so much for always being here, you guys. But yeah, sorry, Bullet. I'm gonna have to do your coaching tomorrow, it looks like. Do apologize. That being said, you guys have a wonderful rest of your day. I know that we're ending kind of early, but I hope that you guys, you know, games are going well. Hopefully the coaching helped for those who received it. And then for those who will receive it moving forward, I look forward to doing the coaching later in the week, hopefully tomorrow. But again, just got a lot going on. So I will catch you all later. Thanks again so much for being here. Please check out the Discord if you're not already in there, and the Patreon, and appreciate the people who are already supporting there. But yeah, love you guys and catch you later. Have a good day.